I want to make a quick testimonial video of the reason behind Spoken Truth Revival. It has to deal with after the loss of my son and what I went through as a father and what I went through as a believer, wrestling with my faith and everything like that. I remember the day that he passed away, October 15th, 2023. I remember that day like I'm remembering pretty much everything right now. I don't know how to explain that. But I got up that morning, remember walking past back and forth, him laying on the couch, didn't really recognize it, just looked like he was in a sleep. And something dawned on me. As soon as I looked at my son, I noticed something was wrong. And I came up to him and I saw this thing coming out of his mouth. I can't remember what it was. And I saw the paleness of my son. And I remember going and thinking for a second, but then I remember running back and forth and yelling throughout the entire house that something's wrong with David. Something's wrong with David. My wife came out the bathroom. My older son came out of his room. Everybody's yelling. They all run up to my son. I'm on the phone with 911. My older son's giving CPR. My wife's on the other end trying to speak life into him and come on, David, and trying to clear things out. And then I remember this yell that I don't ever want to remember again. It was my younger son, Elijah. I remember him yelling and crying. And it was just a horrible, horrible scene. Horrible scene. But I remember even in that moment and being in that state of shock, you know, even through the tears and everything like that, the military taught me something well. And it taught me pretty much, I could say, how to be a robot. And I remember just trying to get things done, trying to get things handled. Paramedics show up. Immediately as they get there, they say that he was gone for hours. There was nothing that they could have done. Police officers show up. They turn my whole house, everything into a crime scene. So now I have my son from the couch laying on the floor with a blanket over his entire body, over his face. 2 police officers standing in front of my door, one to the left, one to the right, not letting us inside of the house because now there has to be an investigation. 18 years old, what happened to him? We don't know. But I remember I had to use the restroom, wherever the case was, and they would let us in just do that because they were compassionate. They weren't being all bad like that. But I remember going into the house and walking in there and seeing my son laying on the ground. Seeing my son laying on the ground like that, it still haunts me. It still haunts me. It still affects me.